お前の道はここで終わりだ。見せてその先の力というもの。ブリーチ、ブレイブソウルズ。
Alright lads, this is your boy the Death Smasher and welcome back to yet another Bleach Brave Souls video, and today we are back again with yet another top 10 list of characters, and this time we are going to be tackling on the power attributes because ever since the last time we've updated it, we've gotten a good amount of characters that just, you know, deserve an actual upgrade, such as the 8th anniversary version of Ichigo and Swimsuit Rudack. So we may as well update it today, and you guys will see what it looks like in a minute. But we're gonna be basically tackling on first the honorable mentions, and from then on, starting from number 10 all the way up to number 1. So with that being said and done, let's get started. So here are my honorable mentions, and it's 3 characters like always: Swimsuit Momo, Safui Mayuri, and Ishin. And yeah, I already dropped off Mayuri so damn fast, it's crazy. But anyways, Swimsuit Momo, she's also been dropped off. She's a super pot character, but sadly, she's not as great as the likes of Yumi Chika, and especially Nelio for that matter of fact. Like, it's good that she's a NAD character with increased status element chance, but she really needs more damage, and at least needs to be 2-5, and also, yeah, she needed the 80% attack buff, because even though she does have Flurry with a 60% overall bruiser and slow, which is good, don't get me wrong, I just don't think that she's the ideal character to use for IT, even with the fact that she has Guard Break. Like, she's nowhere near 1000-year blow or Aizen level of character, but at the very least, she can be used. She's just basically your free ticket way to Inheritance Trials for when it comes to joining co-op lobbies as a whole, and just pretty much asking to get carried, because that's what this character is at the end of the day. So yeah, if you want her to be more stronger, you need more dupes. Now, as for Safui Mayuri, look, I've already stated this before, but I'm gonna state it again. His Soul Bomb is gorgeous. It's great. Second best, third best nuker in the game. I think that he's behind White, since White is potentially best nuker, second best nuker in the game. This guy sucks super monkey balls because of the kit that he was given, and has the same problem of Yamamoto, where to get the best in terms of possible damage for PvE, he needs to get the 80% SP buff, and he doesn't even have the increased status element chance. Like, he may have poison and paralysis, but like, no increased status element chance. But not only that, but like, the kit sucks. He's got an outdated lunge of 570, a suction vortex which should have easily been an SA1, and 960 in front. While after that, he plants a 690 radius trap. And this type of strong attack, when completely built up with triple SAR links, it's going to take 17 seconds for the actual third strong attack to come back. This is a fake Havoc character, and he just sucks. I'm sorry, but he sucks for PvE. He's not better than 1000-year blower Rukia. He's not better than 5th anniversary Ichigo. He sucks. He sucks super monkey ball. I don't care if he's such a good nuker for Guild Quest. He sucks in Inheritance Trials and IZ in Droplet Zone. There's several characters that are better on this list that I already had to bump him off of the top 10. So yeah. And Ishin, he's an honorable mention because, well, he is still a very good melee autoer for PvE, but pretty much just an autoer character. But other than that, his best use has to pretty much be in PvP, and he will work well alongside the new 1000-year blower Yamamoto, because he is an invincible character that can penetrate through invincibility with Flurry +2 and a 50% bruiser, also having laceration on his entire kit with Soul Reaper Killer. He's just that damn good of a character to use, and he also has long reach and guard break, so pretty much the main reason why you would want to auto with this character for most of the easier content. Quite good, but other than that, mainly a PvP character. Now let's get into the top 10 list. At number 10, we have the Butler Yumi Chika, White Day Yumi Chika, whatever the hell you guys want to call this character. He's essentially an ultimate farmer. However, I do consider him to be by far the worst ultimate farmer that we have in the game, because they just completely fumbled his kit. Is it as bad as Mayuri? No. At least he has some kind of a Havoc kit, but like, in terms of overall survivability and the damage that he needs to dish out, it sadly isn't enough, especially when this guy's lacking status elements. But besides that, Frenzy +1, Berserker 60, Guard Break plus Pierce Iron Skin, which is great, it's broken, but he lacks a bit more damage. He doesn't have the 100% pure damage, he doesn't have Bombardment, he doesn't have full stamina damage boost, he just has this plus Power Attribute Character strong attack damage of 20%, and then a wasted skill of Power Attribute Character movement speed of 30%. Why is this not Bombardment? Why is this not full stam? Why is this not anything else besides this? It's dumb. But most importantly, Devastation 60 and has the triple farming skills. Against normal enemy mobs, he'll do just fine. He'll be able to one-shot, however, he struggles with killing the actual bosses, which is not that good. Not that good. Uryu kind of has the same issue, but has a bit more damage output that he can kind of get away with it, and not to mention the homing vortex helping him out way more. Whereas Yuumi Chika, not the greatest. He does at least have 20% stamina recovery, Havoc of 20%, and Sprinter +1. As for the kit, his SA1 is the Shotgun Blast, which I don't mind. I think it's a decent strong attack. What I don't like is the SA2 though. It's a 750 all around him, not in front, all around him, making him quite unsafe, and it's stupid because we had the Mind Ulquiorra that had a 1080 radius second strong attack. So why was that strong attack not implemented for Yuumi Chika? It would have been a lot better and would have made this character a lot safer, but no. I don't know why they chose to do that kind of strong attack. And then the third is a full screen. It's gonna be a matter of time until we get an ultimate farmer for power, so like, if you guys have him, I mean, you guys can still use him, but like, we're definitely due for like a new one for sure, in the future, definitely. It's just that his kit isn't exactly the greatest, and he needed better skills, sadly. I overestimated this character, and he's definitely the worst out of all the ultimate farmers that we have in the game. And then at number 9, we have Swimsuit Ruruka, or as I like to call her, Feet Ruka, even though she's literally not barefooted in her gameplay, besides the Soul Bomb, but like, okay, that goes besides the point. She's a good character, for sure. Even though she has a ranged collision kit, it's still better than Yuumi Chika's, and she's actually a better Link Slot Potion farmer. She doesn't farm Super Pots or Droplets, but I feel like for epic raids and IZ, she is just that much of a better character to use. Even though they gave her the Ningen killer right here, she's a human killer. But the multipliers that this character has is more than enough to make up for it, because Frenzy +1, Berserker 40, full stamina damage boost of 30% on the Sultry, which is great. You can even use this character as a link for your Yamamoto. Havoc of 20%, Guard Break, keeps the cooldown reduction, and of course, this amazing skill of having Technique Link Slot Potions of +10. The first ever character to come with it, and it's crazy. Oh, what about the innate abilities? Oh, look at that. An additional extra strong attack damage of 40% when at full stam, extra cooldowns, and medic, and this character has the same SA3 as the likes of Safui Retsu, Swimsuit Isane. It's great. It's great. Charge it up, and you're gonna be nuking with that SA3 for sure. That being said, again, I did state this, she has a full range collision kit. She has the 14% shave attack, which basically pushes back enemy mobs, but gets most of the hits in and still kills regardless. It is better than the 18% shave, so it is going to do a lot of work. She has the Vortex into pushback attack, basically the same SA2 as Tokinara, and then the Charge SA3. Good character, for sure. Just the kit could have been better, especially the SA2, but I definitely do not mind the SA1, and the SA3 is godly. She's definitely a good character, for sure. Mainly a farmer. Only drain on her status elements, but like, she's not really meant to be used as an IT farmer. She's basically meant for epic raids and IZ, and she does the job exactly how you need it to be done, for sure. Now, up next, at number 8, it's still 1000 Year Blow Ruruka. Oh my goodness, oh, this character is almost close to falling off, but guess what? The fact that this character is about to be 3 years old and she's still in the top 10 really speaks volume of how good this character was future-proofed upon release, because Frenzy +1, Berserker 60, Havoc of 20%, has an extra damage to frozen enemies of +20%, and she can inflict it just nicely when you transform into a Bankai state. Devastation 40, 20% stamina recovery, and Sprinter +1. Freeze on her entire kit, and double killers of Aronker and Espada. You cannot go wrong with that. The only issue with this character is that she doesn't have Guard Break. So whenever it comes to content where Aronkers aren't present, Rukia will pretty much suffer a damage nerf when dealing with those kind of enemy mobs. Whereas Aronkers, they don't have melee guard. You're just going to be able to do consistent damage at all times, for sure, for sure. Which is a bit unfortunate. She does need that for the harder content such as Limit Breaker Quest for sure, especially since this character has the Bankai mechanic. And the only character to touch that again was the Tech Fierce Battle Renji, and then never again, left and forgotten in the past, which is stupid. I think it's broken. But innate abilities, she does have the post-transformation 10-second disabler, otherwise being increased status element chance against every single mob. Once you transform, you will have this for 10 seconds and being able to inflict status elements non-stop for 10 seconds, which is quite broken. And then you're just gonna need to wait 20 seconds before using the skill again, because the transformation mechanic, upon transforming, it will last for 20 seconds. Once those 20 seconds are up, you just need to wait for 10 seconds and you can transform again, and there you guys go. And, bro, again, the Bankai mechanic is so stupid because it also changes the magnifications from 120% to 150%, allowing Rukia to do way more damage. And the kit, it's good, besides the SA1 being the 570 radius lunge. It's an outdated one, not the greatest, but she does at least have the 960 and the full screen AoE around her, which is good. Like, you cannot complain about this character. Like, she at least has a great SA2 and a great SA3. Like, no complaints. This character is damn good, aged well, and I will not be surprised if by New Year's she's probably gonna be somewhere at number 10 and still be in the list. But she is starting to fall off for sure, and it's noticeable. And then up next at number 7, 5th Anniversary Ichigo, which basically does what Rukia does, but better, except for basically the SA1 and SA2, but like, at the very least, this guy has Marauder, so he has Guard Break. That issue is completely gone. Double killers of Holo and a Ronker with still pretty high multipliers. He has Frenzy +1 with a Berserker of 60% weakening on the entire kit and has the same charge SA3 as Ruruka. So once you fully charge it up, this guy is going to be doing monstrous damage, which is that damn good. And he has basically the exact same kit as Rukia. Only difference is, once again, the SA3. So I don't really need to dive on into that, and that's it. No innate abilities because this character came out before innate abilities were even a thing. So yeah, still a great character, and it's surprising to see that this character aged so well to the point that he's still top 10. He's no longer top 5, but like, this is how you make an anniversary character. When it lasts that long, it's great. And this character is already 3 years old, and we might even get a resurrection of this character alongside the 5th anniversary Byakuya within a year from now. Think about it real quick. Goodness gracious. I won't be surprised if this character still stays in the top 10 within a year from now. And I can see that happening. And then up next at number 6 is going to be Bruno. Now, it's quite interchangeable between the two because Bruno does have a better SA1. However, he is going to deal a lot less damage compared to Ichigo because he at least has the 60% Berserker and the charge SA3. However, Bruno, on the other hand, has the advantage of hitting underground enemies, so built-in Zeta Pill, and he also has Bombardment, so there's that, and he's a ranged character, making him a bit more safer than the likes of 5th Anniversary Ichigo. Soul Reaper and a Ronker Killer, so double killers again, Berserker 40, Bombardment, Frenzy +1, Havoc of 20%. He still is quite good, he aged quite well. Last Ditch of 100%, Spurn +2, and Dodge Soul Reaper damage. So pretty good innate abilities, and the kit, it's kind of the same, but the only changes are he now has a full screen SA3, and this guy has the same SA1 as the Swimsuit Ruruka, which is a lot better than the 570 lunge, for sure, and has the 960. He's a good character, it's just that he is kind of lacking in the damage department, but just does what Ichigo does, but a bit better. At the end of the day, they're tied between the two, so like, you guys can say that Ichigo is number 6 and Bruno is number 7, or Bruno is number 6 and Ichigo is number 7. It's very interchangeable, so like, screw it. I'm just keeping it as is, but yeah. At number 5, we have the likes of Spirits Are Forever With You, Kisuke, the character that invented the 80% SP buff, and it's thanks to this character that a lot of the units that we get nowadays hit hard, besides having Frenzy +2 or Frenzy +3. Because Frenzy +1, Berserker 40%, only Soul Reaper killer this time around, so no double killers, and he cannot nullify resistances, so like, there's that, but like, for harder content, Kisuke is just gonna be that guy that is just gonna be a lot better. Because look at everything else. He does have Guard Break, he has Havoc of 20%, 20% Stamina Recovery, double status elements of Paralysis and Laceration. He's future-proofed for every single Inheritance Trials. And innate abilities, he has complete status immunity, read Soul Reaper dodges, and Sprinter +1, and he also has a way better kit than all the characters that we've seen so far. Except the SA1, he has the 18% shave, which is not as good as the 40% shave, and considering this guy only has Frenzy +1 with 40% Berserker, it's not great compared to a character that has either Frenzy +3 like Ichigo, the 8th anniversary version, or characters like Macy and Quincy Ichigo who have Frenzy +2 with 80% SP buff and a bit of a Berserker, if you guys know what I mean. So like here, the SA1 is quite weaker. However, it all makes it up with the SA2 being the 960 and Tolman Vortex. Insane, and it's the best way of being able to proc the 80% SP buff with ease and has a full screen SA3. This character aged nicely, for sure. He's still top 5 best units in the game, despite being... How old now? I forgot when this guy came out. Hold on. Okay, this guy came out in 2021. Yeah, he's about to be 2 years old within 2 months from now, which is actually crazy, and he's still that damn good for sure. So, yeah, that's Keyscape. He's great. And it's just a better Bruno, but without the bombardment. But yeah, that's basically about it. He's just going to be better for harder content. Not for Extreme Co-op though, sadly, because these two characters just get it done faster than this character for sure. But now at number 4, we have Kenny, which basically does what all of these other characters do, but a lot better, and is more meant for harder content and just being able to do everything like Extreme Co-op, IT, Guild Quest, you name it, even though he only has Soul Reaper as a whole, just like Keyscape. But even then, this character is still quite good because look at what he has. Frenzy +2, 30% melee damage in co-op quests, Marauder nullifies melee resistance and has guard break, Havoc of 20%, ailment reversal, which in my opinion should have been something like stamina recovery, complete status immunity. That would have been a lot preferable because he has a skill where he needs to be at full stam to get the most out of the damage for sure, and he doesn't have any ways to recover that. He still has devastation of 40%, and Poise is kind of a throwaway ability, but I can understand why they gave it to him because it's a Kenpachi. Every single Kenpachi always gets Poise, which is crazy. And yeah, full stamina only, increased strong attack damage of 40% with weakened immunity and Sprinter +1. So yeah, great innate abilities, nothing to complain about here, and he's definitely the Kenpachi that aged the best out of the triple Kenpachi ban, which is saying a lot because Asashiro, the fact that I had to put him down at the number 10 spot just speaks volume as to how badly he aged as a character. And then this guy, he's like top 5 and still hanging in there for sure, despite being old now. Oh, he's a year old and he's still good. Okay, I thought he'd be older, but never mind. Essays, on the other hand, he has the Suction Vortex like Artbook Ichigo, 3k length beam with 1020 width, great SA, and then a full screen SA3. You can't go wrong with this character. He aged pretty damn nicely. It's just that he needs, you know, some way to keep his stamina in check to do the best amount of damage, and of course increase status ailment chance. But other than that, still a powerful character to use. And then guess what? We have Nelio, who just does what Kenny does better. So she's at number 3 for a good reason, because yes, basically everything that I want Kenny to have. Like, look at this. Frenzy +2, increased status ailment chance against technique attribute enemies, has the built-in Zeta Pill, and is a super plot farmer. Marauder, which is stupid, and also has damage to weaken enemies of +40%. Okay, I'll be honest. Kenny, he's gonna do a lot more damage because he has the 30% melee damage in co-op quests, but this, however, he is a lot less safe, and yeah, that is all. He is a lot less safe compared to this Nelio, considering she is immune to every single status ailments. Only has no affiliation killer, but that's completely fine. Devastation of 40%, Havoc of 20%, and also has stamina recovery, read all affiliation dodges, and Sprinter +1. Yeah, this character is basically perfect. She has a perfect skill set for sure, and that's what I pretty much like to see. It would have been great if she were the definitive ultimate farmer for power though, because she nailed it. She's a super pot farmer, but she is unable to farm the likes of potions and droplets, and this would have, you know, made it better so that way people did not have to summon for Yumi Chica, but instead was another skippable premium, which I can understand why people skipped her, but she's good. Honestly, she's actually fantastic, and I hope I can pull her from tickets, because the kit is also quite similar. Only difference is the beam having less width, but it's still a 3k length beam, She has the Suction Vortex like Kenny, but instead of an SA1, it's as an SA2, which, honestly, I don't mind it. If she has the beam first, that's good. Having the Suction Vortex on the SA2, I don't mind it. It's not as bad as, like, per se, having the 570 lunge and then this. Like, no. This is a lot better. And then a full screen SA3, so yeah. Great character for sure. A lot of people hated on this character, which is kind of ironic because she came out with Noitora and Zalapro, which both suck as characters. They fumbled both of them, and the fillers were also pretty damn mediocre to the point that End of the Month was actually considered mid-month at that point. And ever since 8th Anniversary Ichigo came out, they started calling this Nell better than Ichigo, which I find to be cap because Ichigo is just stronger than her, even though, I'll say that much, she at least has the Super Pot skill, and you're going to be using her for IT, but Ichigo is nowhere near. Oh, and she has the same mobility as him too, so there's that too. But yeah, great character for sure. And then number 2, oh wow, he's no longer number 1. It's 1000-Year Blower Yamamoto. And honestly speaking, he is definitely great for nuking, for damn sure. He is still one of the best units. However, for hard content, you do need to get his 80% SP buff, and he doesn't have increased status summon chance, unlike Neliel, who has it. But even then, he does have Frenzy +1 with Berserker 40, damage to burning and weaken enemies of +40%, literally doubling the Soul Bomb damage as well. Has weakened defense as well as Bombardment, Marauder, shared complete status immunity, and spiritual pressure boost of 80% with double status elements of weakening and burn, and double killers of Hollow and Quincy. This character, when he came out, he was the best character in the game. Like, he topped 6th Anniversary Aizen, even though for IT, Aizen still somewhat happened to pretty much be better than him in this kind of scenario. But he's still good. He's still definitely damn good. Innate abilities, he has Havoc of 20% and Sprint +2, as well as 50% dodge, hollow damage. And the kit, he's got the same kit as 6th Annie Aizen, 3k Length Beam, the 960 N2 Homing Vortex, and then the SA3 is full screen. So he's great for every single content. For IT, he is going to struggle a bit. That being said, because we are also going to be getting a brand new GQ difficulty, there will be some kind of nerf to Soul Bombs, so we'll just have to wait and see until that happens. But expect Yamamoto to start being a bit weak for when it comes to the new Guild Quest difficulty. This guy might not be able to nuke as hard, and again, he needs to get the 80% SP buff to do the best possible damage on all of his strong attacks. At 5.5, he still is going to be quite good, but I don't know about the Soul Bomb. We'll just have to wait and see for that. And that's another reason why I just dropped off Mayuri as well, because by the time the new GQ difficulty comes in, this guy is just going to be completely dog shit and even pretty much, you know, useless. Not even good. Just sitting in everyone's character box collecting dust. And he's been collecting dust since day one. Like, I have not touched this character ever since I showcased him. So that is all. That is all. But yeah, Yama, still great. And I think he's definitely worthy for the number 2 spot. And then at number 1, 8th Anniversary Ichigo. I do think that he is by far the best power character that we have in the game, despite the kit that he has. But, like, honestly speaking, it's the skills that carry the unit. He's got Hollow and no affiliation killers. I did a comparison video between Ichigo and Yama, and I can easily state that Ichigo is better than Yama besides Guild Quest. Because in everything else, he's hitting harder than Yama, he's cleaving through just fine. In Inheritance Trials, he was actually able to outpace a 5.5 Yama when at 2.5. Okay? Let that sink in. In IT, when both of the characters had killer, Ichigo completely won. And why is that? Frenzy +3 and full stamina damage boost of 20%. This character was the very first ever one to get it. A non-arena character to finally get this, and it's a broken skill. Like, honestly speaking, way more broken than Frenzy +2. And on top of it, even had increased status omen chance against technique attribute enemies, meaning that this guy had a near 100% chance of being able to proc status omens, bypass the iron skin, and just be able to plow through IT like as if it were nothing, which is crazy. And also has a decent soul bomb of devastation 60%. It's nowhere near as good as Yama, but still quite good. Like, if you give him a tension tie, he should already be able to nuke the entire wave of mobs just fine, which is crazy. And even has hidden enemy chance of 100%. You don't even need to give him a Zeta pill. And shared complete status immunity just like Yama, and has sharpshooter, meaning that he can nullify resistances, and has guard break. Now, there's just one thing I gotta say, poise break. In my opinion, besides Limit Break Request, where he is going to have a great use in that, and the harder difficulty of the point event, this skill is useless in co-op. It is because bosses still cannot be staggered, and what is the point of this skill if you still cannot stagger the bosses with the SA2? Like, okay, sure, Ichigo, he is still going to one-shot just fine. But let's say we do get a brand new co-op quest which happens to be harder than IT. This point break is not going to do anything to the bosses. That's the thing. It's going to be completely irrelevant and useless, which is why they should, you know, do some kind of workaround around the skill and make it so that way it works for co-op bosses too. It's a wasted skill, and I don't like it, honestly speaking, even though it's going to be good for Limit Break Requests. That's a guaranteed fact, but like some kind of workaround around it to make it perfect since he is an 8th anniversary character. But yeah. As Viole affiliation dodges, Poise, wasted ability. It should have been full stamina, strong attack damage, 40%, and sprint +1. But besides Poise and the Poise break, everything else about this character is great. Like, the skills are perfect. Like, I've got no complaints. And he even has Weakening and Drain. Lads, this character is able to heal so much. He gets his health back fast from 1 HP to max. Like, it's crazy. And he just is inflicting status ailments non-stop, like as if it were nothing. That being said, the kit, I'll say this much. It could have been better. But is it a shafted kit? Like, I don't know. Roka or like Safi Mayuri? Fuck no. So for starters, he has the 18% shave. Okay, one of the worst strong attacks in the game. But realistically speaking, I've said this multiple times and I'll say it again. With the fact that this guy has Frenzy +3 and full stamina damage boost of 20%, it works. It's gonna help the character one-shot. Is it gonna be better than the 3k length beam? No. But it does help out with being able to one-shot enemy mobs just fine, even in Inheritance Trials. If you guys saw my Ichigo versus Yama comparison, he was able to one-shot with his SA1 just fine, no problems. And guess what? The same case can be said for Quincy, Ichigo, and Macy. And keep in mind, both Quincy, Ichigo, and Macy share the exact same SA1, but have Frenzy +2 and 80% SP buff. A matter of fact, Quincy Ichigo has higher multipliers than this 8th anniversary Ichigo because he has like what? Remind me, 40% Berserker with an additional full stam of 20%? I need to pull up Quincy Ichigo real quick. I'm sorry. Okay, there we go. We have him pulled out. But yeah, Frenzy +2, 80% SP buff, Berserker 40, Technique Attribute Character Strong Attack Damage of 20%, and then full stamina 20, right? Yeah, obviously the multipliers are way better than that of 8th anniversary Ichigo, and guess what? This character too was able to one-shot with his SA1. And it's the exact same SA1. So like, the people complaining about the 18% shave is just bullshit at this point. I have to be honest, I'm sorry. And yeah, that is the only bad thing about this character's kit. And that's it. Because guess what? The SA2 is going to be the Sim 50 into Homing Vortex. Now, it's nowhere near as good as the 960 into Homing Vortex. But in IT, this strong attack was actually able to cleave through just fine, and it was what made Ichigo clear fast in the first place. Like, just pop the SA2, make sure it was like in a perfect lineup where you killed the enemy mobs, and then the tracking vortex would spawn in and kill the rest, and it was still getting the job done. Still way better than just the homing vortex, and it's a good strong attack, honestly. It's not a OP crazy broken strong attack, but it worked. And honestly speaking, lads, not every character needs to have the 916 to homing vortex. If this character was a prime example of not having a god kit and was still able to clear through IT within a minute and 30 seconds, that meant a lot still. It still does. Not every character needs to have a god kit with the way they're setting it up. The only way a character is completely shafted nowadays is if they get the cross attack as the 7th anniversary Ichigo and also simultaneously the plant vortex, the crawling vortexes, because those strong attacks are dog shit. They're not good. They don't help out a lot, and the cross-shaped SA is always worse than the 18% shape in this kind of scenario. Way too inconsistent. Whereas this strong attack has become a lot more consistent over time, and then the SA3 is full screen. But yeah, amazing character. I'm glad that they did this Ichigo justice, even though the kit could have been better. I'll say that much, but honestly speaking, I think he's fun, he's great, he can still one-shot, he's good. He's definitely one of the best power characters that we have in the game. In terms of overall top 10 characters, that will be a discussion for yet another video, but for power, he's definitely the best character. Except for Nuki. But yeah. And that's does it for the top 10 list. What do you guys think about this video? Let me know in the comment section below. But yeah, with that being said, not many attributes left to do. We just have heart and tech to do, and I'll tackle on heart first because it did receive the major upgrades such as Swimsuit Rengiku and another character. And then tech will be another time, and that will be kept for last because it received the least amount of characters. So yeah. With that being said and done, thank you guys for watching. If you guys have enjoyed it, don't forget to smash that like button, share this video with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, and hit the bell notification so that way you guys are up to date with my most recent video. This has been your boy, the Death Smasher, and I'll see you guys next time. So take care, lads. Peace out. Bye. Sayonara.